Coming up in today's video, we take you on a tour of the most unique Tudor house built between 1530 and 1598, which was almost lost when it fell into partial dereliction in the 1800s. We fell in love with it, and we're pretty sure you will too. Come with us as we tour the beautiful rooms and then go outside to explore the gorgeous gardens. Well, hello friends, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for joining us. So where have we come to today, Ant?
Come to Speke Hall.
We have. This is a fabulous house that dates back to the Tudor times. It almost met with dereliction in the early 1800s, but then was refurbished. So I think you're going to enjoy this. So if you'd like to take a look, let's go. Speke Hall is indeed a rare Tudor survivor. It is a beautiful timber-framed manor house in an unusual setting on the banks of the River Mersey. It was restored in the 19th century, and it is a unique mixture of Tudor simplicity and Victorian arts and crafts aesthetics. The house was built by the devout Catholic Norris family. They were eager to impress visitors and cement their position as local gentry with the grandeur of their home. Speke Hall embodies more than 400 years of turbulent history. Its secret priest hole is a reminder of Catholic persecution in the Tudor period. Much of the hall's upkeep was financed by the Norris family and later by the Watt family's involvement in the transatlantic slave trade. From building the world's largest slave trading port to slave-produced goods, these aspects of the owner's histories are now embedded in the walls of this grand house. In its later history, Speke Hall experienced years of neglect and decay, including at its lowest point when it was used simply as a barn and cowshed. It was finally brought back to life in the Victorian era when it was revitalised in the Gothic Revival style. In the 21st century, Speke Hall and its surrounding estate provide a place to reflect on past and present history and how the legacies of history are still relevant today. Here we tell in more detail how Speke came to be. In 1524, Sir William Norris inherited a medieval crook-beamed hall on the site where Speke Hall now stands. His ancestors had lived on the site from as early on as 1314. He began building the hall, as we see it on today's visit, in 1530, by constructing the Great Hall. By 1546, he would go on to extend this to create the Long West Range to accommodate his growing family. One of his last projects was to create the oak overmantel in the oak parlour, which features portraits of himself, his parents, his 2 wives, and all 19 of his children. When Sir William's son, Edward, succeeded him in 1568, he extended the East Range and finally the North Range, which created the enclosed courtyard we saw as we entered the building. A red sandstone bridge was built across the moat to meet the gatehouse. The gatehouse is inscribed with the date 1598, when it is presumed work on the house was completed, leaving it as we mostly see it today. As we mentioned earlier, Speke Hall fell into a considerable state of disrepair in later years. It was at this time that Richard Watt began a rapid restoration project of the hall. The date was around 1856, and together with his wife Adelaide, they refitted the Tudor mansion in the more fashionable Gothic style. They included exuberantly carved oak furniture and stained glass windows, along with suits of armour and tapestries. Their enthusiasm spread throughout the whole house. Sadly, Adelaide died in 1861, and Richard only 4 years later. They left Speke Hall to their daughter, also called Adelaide. Adelaide Watt died in 1921. She left provision that Speke Hall should pass to the National Trust, and in 1943, after much of the estate had been sold off to the local authority, the hall came into the possession of the National Trust. Speke Hall is without a shadow of a doubt one of the most atmospheric houses we've ever visited. If you were ever to see a ghost, it would almost certainly be in these long, dark corridors and rooms. One of the most infamous and well-known ghost stories in Liverpool revolves around Speke Hall and Sidney Beauclerk and his wife Mary Norris, who lived here in the 1730s. Sidney was a notorious gambler and drinker who lived a very exuberant lifestyle. His wife Mary had inherited Speke along with a vast family fortune, a fortune which Sidney seemed hell-bent on spending. Mary became increasingly unhappy at the treatment she had at Sidney's hands, and after one particularly awful argument, it is said that Mary threw their baby out of the bedroom window into the moat. She then went into the great hall where she stabbed herself to death. After this awful event, Mary and her poor son are both said to haunt the house. Often she is seen in the great hall, accompanied by the sound of a crying baby. The cradle in the bedroom has also been seen to rock of its own accord. Speke Hall is certainly a house that embraces you as you walk around it. Even though it is dark and atmospheric, it certainly has a charm all of its own. We've just been inside Speke Hall, and that is a fabulous old house. Yeah, I think it probably exceeded our expectations and then some. It's very dark, so I hope you're able to make out a lot of the details in there. But it's absolutely jammed full of the most beautiful panelling. Most of the furniture is original in there to the family. Most of it dates to the Victorian era when the house was refurbished. But yeah, absolutely stunning. It's blown us away. We're going to take a look around the outside now. So we're just in the formal part of the gardens here at Speke Hall, and I think we'll get a really nice glimpse of the rear elevation of the house from around here. It's in remarkable condition. It's an absolute credit to the National Trust. As we were walking around the inner courtyard, we both commented about just how fabulous the condition is. So this is definitely a house that, if you haven't seen, you should put on your to-see list. So the house had an awful lot of extension work done to it. The original owner was a guy that was married twice, and he had no less than 19 children. So consequently, he had to keep extending the house to fit them all in. This is the view you get from the back of the house, and it's very, very pretty. Must have been nice to wake up and look out on these beautiful gardens. So Ant's got an interesting fact about Speke Hall.
So the family sold some of the land off to build John Lennon Airport in Liverpool.
Yeah, and we can hear the planes flying over today. There's some beautiful woodland walks here at Speke Hall, but unfortunately we can't go into them today as they're closed due to high winds. But safety always comes first. As with the very best country houses, it does have a small walled garden. Actually a nice little climate here, even though it's a cold windy day, it's actually quite warm. So in the best traditions, we're going to venture forth now and find the National Trust Cafe. It's that time of day when we start to feel a bit peckish. There's even a maze, which we're going to take a little stroll into now. It's got a viewing point, which I think is the place that you can see the airport from, but unfortunately it is closed today. It's a good maze. I think it's a fairly new one, but it's high enough so that you can't really figure out where you're going. I've actually lost Ant. I get a little glimpse of him a minute ago. So hopefully we will find him again. Ooh, dead end. We've had a lovely time at Speke Hall and Gardens.
It was very
Enjoyed that, didn't we? So we hope you guys enjoyed looking around there with us. We hope the video found you well. If you did enjoy it,
give us a thumbs up, subscribe, comment and ring the bell.
please do guys, and we'll look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care, goodbye.